summer friends. Olivia here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to another Speed Build Sunday. Happy Sunday. I am so excited about this one. We are doing just a little tiny cutesy cottage. And I kind of went a little bit out of my comfort zone as far as like color scheme goes. I don't want to call it cottage core because I don't want anyone coming at me and being upset, but it is like that vibe. So, super excited. I feel inspired by this little greenhouse area by the greenhouse that Joanna Gaines has at the castle in Waco. And a couple years ago, I went for my birthday, got to go through the castle that they renovated. It's amazing. If you've never been, you're in Texas, you're in Waco, and you're like, hey, want something else to do, totally recommend it, especially if you're into design and stuff. I've gone back to that for inspiration like a ton, and it was a great trip, and that was a really cool. Like, I usually am not someone who likes like walkthroughs or like definitely not like museum type vibes, but I think it's because just the love of her and like the whole brand of Magnolia and all, all the things. I feel as though we definitely got tickets because I knew that I would have like been sad if I didn't do it and I was there. So while we were there, I loved everything about it. I loved it so much. And I've talked about it before here on the channel, but they like gave you a little pamphlet, and that pamphlet had like the different color swatches of her paints as throughout and the different candles that were lit. I mean, it was so thoughtful and so great. Well, anyway, I've gone back to that visit for so much inspiration here in Sims and my real life and things. And this little tiny greenhouse that I do here is definitely inspired by a little kind of, it's not really a greenhouse, but it's a sunroom that's right off of the dining space. And it has like definitely more fancy, like actual tiled floors than what I use in The Sims, but they got it from like Italy, and it's just beautiful, like checkered argyle kind of style. Anyway, so that's what that's inspired by. But everything else is just like single lady lives here, kind of studio style as far as the layout goes, with a little tiny sunroom added on to it. So get comfy. Let's hang out. How are you? How are you really, though? I hope you're doing amazing. If you're watching Sims and you're here, I hope that you're halfway to amazing, at least, at the very least. And if you grab yourself a snack and something cold to drink or something hot to drink, you may be well on your way to awesomeness. Anyway, happy Sunday, happy whatever day it is. I am glad that you're spending some time here with me. If you're new here, I'm Olivia. This is Olivia Halston Studios, and this is where I speed build on Sundays, and I do challenges if I'm doing one on Wednesdays. So that's my schedule. I recently got serious about YouTube again. I've had this channel for years, but I recently got more serious about it again and really intentional about my schedule, being a lot more strict about when I'm recording, what I'm doing, and a more instead of just doing it for fun. I still am definitely doing it for fun, but I'm trying to for a purpose, right? So with that said, it's because I recently lost my job, and I talk about it in every video. I'm trying not to like keep talking about the fact that I lost my job, but the reason behind the fact that I'm not trying to like get rich off of it, or it's not going to replace my salary, not like that, but just that I have more time now that I can do something that I really hadn't had the time to do before. So that is why I kind of rebranded, and I would love it if you dig this kind of video content where someone's playing Sims, we talk about life, we talk about everything, and we speed build. If that's your thing, I'd love for you to subscribe, and let's keep hanging out. But anyway, so I just really wanted this to feel cozy, and that's why I'm hesitant to say cottagecore, because I understand that's like a whole following. I actually worked with a girl recently who was like cottagecore queen. When she said it, I was like, yeah, like my mom kind of likes that kind of stuff, and I was like, yeah, no, like she showed me pictures, and I felt so bad for doubting her. I felt really bad for doubting her cottagecore vibe. Okay. What I love so much about her was all the knickknacks that she had, and I didn't want to be a creeper and take the phone and like zoom in too much on things, but like her shelves just had so much personality, and I just thought, oh wow, yeah. So I have a whole new appreciation for what cottagecore is, and yeah. So I'm hesitant to call it that, but I want you to know that it's the cottagecore vibe is what I had in my brain for this. So definitely don't come at me and say it's different because I understand that it is, but it's just that vibe of like coziness. Guys, summer is almost over. Some of this like darker colors made me think of fall, and I'm seeing fall stuff everywhere. I was at Target the other day and they already have a lot of stuff out. I'm like, "Oh my god, we're already like we're it's almost over." It went by This summer went by faster than any other summer. Like I literally feel like my kids just had their last day of school and now we're supposed to be shopping for back to school stuff. And it's just like, oh, I just got their back to school list and I'm like, you know what? How about this? You sent the back to school list. Could you also send like the Spirit Week lists, all of them, all 56 of them? Because I'm gonna need that. No, I think that the summer went by fast. Surprisingly, it was the most chill summer we ever had. I shared with you in a different video, but like we got a good dog in March, and so it's a chow, and he cannot fly, so we could not do any traveling. And then I lost my corporate job, so there's that tracked, right? Like, okay, well, good thing we didn't have a lot of stuff planned. But yeah, so we spent a lot more time at home, and hey, I'm not complaining about it. It's been wonderful, but I think maybe that's why it felt like it went by fast because there wasn't like chunks of time we were filling it with stuff. You know what I mean? Instead, we were just doing this kind of the same thing every day, which would seem like it would go by slower, but for whatever reason, it just flew by. And so with that, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be Thanksgiving soon and all the pies and all the things. And then it's going to be Christmas. And then it's going to be 2027. I can't get with it. I like how the studio, I know the bed's like super cramped right there. I know. That's the whole point, right? Like a studio, it's out in the open, it's there. And I still think for the size of the studio, it has a really nice sized kitchen. It's for sure usable space. I think that that turned out really, really good. And I am proud of myself because I used a darker cabinet than I ever use, which turned out actually pretty cute. If you're like me and you use the same swatches, the same stuff over and over, even if you have like CC, you use the same stuff. I lately have been like pushing myself. If I place down a cabinet, I'm like, use it because when are you gonna use it again? You're not. So if it fits this build, girl, just use it. So that's what I've been doing, and that's kind of the situation. I'm like, I would never use this stain. It's just not really. It's gray. I love it. It's pretty. And I said great, not gray. just FYI. But it's really pretty. It's just not something that I would typically use, but I think that it's a really pretty cabinet. And these floors, again, darker than I normally do. Gorgeous. I don't know about you, but I geek out. See how that sun's coming in the door right there? It gives me is that called is it dopamine or serotonin? Which one is that? It gives me good feels. Okay? Like it's just when that happens at my house, I'm like you'll find me just standing somewhere just like someone saw me, they'd be like, "What is wrong with her?" I'm just like so happy like watching the sun come in, you know. It's just one of those things like certain things make you happy like the smell of like I don't know, a baked fresh baked apple pie or something. It's like sunlight coming in. It's glorious. I love it. And so when I see it in The Sims, I'm over here just so giddy, like, oh my god, I love it. That's why I love this door. And that's why I love this floor. It's just so good. I will admit only to you that I forgot there was a bathroom. Like I was building, and I put this trash can here, and then later on I'm like, oh my god, I have to get in the bathroom somehow. Lord. So yeah, we fixed that later. Um but anyway, the whole idea of a rice cooker or crock pot in The Sims is wonderful. I love it so much. But placing it on the freaking countertops, I used to have one of those like CC like shelves. I think it was like I think it was called the red shelf. I'm not sure. This was years ago. But I would use the red shelf, then I could snap it to it, you know what I mean? I don't have that anymore. But lately I've been like trying to put crock pots down or like this rice cooker, and like it just, for the love of God, will not. It has to be on the countertop. Same thing with the coffee things. There's probably other like mods out there that I should probably explore, because since I don't have that anymore. So like that's why sometimes when you see me build my rice cooker or crock pot may be out in a weird thing. But honestly, isn't yours at your house? Like my crock pot, if I have it out, it's not just like perfectly back against the back. You know what I mean? So it's realistic in that way. Like they're making rice and it's sticking out. I actually own a rice cooker and I've only used it one time. After that, I'm like, I'll just make rice-a-roni or whatever that is. I didn't see the point. But we probably should get it out because we eat rice quite a bit. I bet it would be a lot better, probably better for us if we didn't have all that sodium in those packets and just made like our own like jasmine rice or whatever. I bet that's actually something I should do. I should get out my rice cooker, because I actually had a coworker who showed me how to make Spanish rice. Basically, it's using, I believe it's white rice, but it could be like a different type of, a certain type of rice, like basmati or whatever that is, right? And then it's like a can of tomatoes. I forgot. Maybe it's a can of Rotel. I couldn't remember, but anyway, she was Mexican. She had like a cheat that she did, and she made rice every week for her lunches. And she told me one time, I'm like, oh my god, really? She's like, yeah, put in the rice cooker, da da da. And I'm like, oh wow, okay. This week we're having we love this certain Mexican restaurant that has these loaded rice bowls, and I think it's called a Kansas City bowl or it's called a Texas bowl. I can't remember what it's called, but they do rice on the bottom, steak, chicken, and shrimp. Yes. Cheese, queso, and then like you can put guac and stuff on it too. I hate guacamole. Ugh. I have a story about that. I think it's because I used to babysit for these boys when I was growing up, from like the age 13 to like 18 years old. And their parents own like this little really cute deli in town called the Lunchbox. And they would, whenever they're about to close, they call and ask if I want anything. And I would always say, yeah, I want a quesadilla with guacamole. Well, then they would have their guacamole sometimes in their fridge. And it was the packaged kind from like Cisco Foods, the kind that's in like a big bag. So like I would start eating that with like chicken nuggets when I was making lunch. I would eat that with like pizza rolls. I know. It's making me sick thinking about it. But I ate so much of it that I got sick of it. So guacamole is like forever and ever not a thing. Also for me, not a thing is cappuccino mix. When I was pregnant with my oldest, I got super sick one day after eating a bunch of cappuccino mix. And I didn't eat the cappuccino. I mean, I probably did eat some of the cappuccino mix because that's kind of, I tend to do that. But what I mean is like I made myself a cappuccino at home with the mix, and I got sick, and I can't. It's too soon. 14 years later, it's too soon. But back to guacamole. You can put guacamole on the top if you want. So then I decided this week, I asked Robert, I'm like, we're trying to figure out some meals to eat at home, and we're like, let's make rice bowls. So maybe I should make a real rice in the rice cooker. Interesting. Something to think about. All right, so the door got added. Crisis averted. We're having pizza. That pizza, I will link it down below. I'll actually put it on my Substack. I'm trying to get better at making a Substack post about today's episode, so you can get like some of the content, the CC stuff. I'm not the best at making a huge like mod folder. I don't really agree with that because I think that I pay for a lot of the Patreons and stuff. I don't think it'd be great to like give, I just don't. It's kind of one of those things. I just think it's not right. But some people do their mod folder and they know that the stuff is free. If you're organized like that and hey, awesome. I do not know, and I would never want to do that to a creator. So I just like to list some of the more highlighted things, some of the more like bigger things, or like if it made, a big impact to the build, I will definitely put it in there. So I will link that down below as well. So this shelf unit, don't quote me, I think it's by Sunday, which is one of my first and favorite alpha CC creators that I love. I would literally pay whatever she wanted every month, honestly. No, especially not now, but now that I don't have my corporate job, but I would pay good money for her stuff, and I do. So supporting her, or they could be them. I'm sorry, him, her. I don't know who it is, but supporting Sunday. I love that creator so much. Just top notch, and I think that is their cabinet. I'm pretty sure, like cabinet shelf thing. Another creator that I love is Novus with 3 V's. I know. If you haven't checked them out, Novus and Sunday are like, whoa. Yeah, like, whoa, for sure. I don't know. My CC folder would not be the same without them. So, yeah. Well, I'm going to stop here because my puppy is trying to get into this room. I shut my door and he thinks that I am dying. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. I will put on some chill music to finish this out. I hope you like the way that this greenhouse turns out. It's super cute. I just try to fill it up with every plant that made sense that I had. I didn't want to be too crazy, but also wanted to be really full. So I hope that you like it. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will catch you next time.
What if I just lost it? Would I still be my own enemy? 24 exhausted, sucking in my stomach, I can't breathe. Standing in the mirror and it's screaming back at me. I change my clothes 1,000 times, feel worse about what I see. These unrealistic expectations, calm down. I love myself when I'm impatient and I don't feel good enough. Next time I have these thoughts, I'll take my time. I love myself when I don't love myself. I can't even post a picture. I think I've been in a loop for days. I hate every angle. I'm afraid of showing on my face. Standing in the mirror and it's screaming back at me. Sabotage myself and I regret it instantly. These unrealistic expectations, calm down. I love myself when I'm impatient and I don't feel good enough. Next time I have these thoughts, I'll take my time. I love myself when I don't love myself. Tightrope when my demons feeding and all this stops tonight. The time I've wasted, patterns breaking. I've done this my whole life.